Good morning, everyone. I'm Naveen Agarwal on behalf of GSTM. Welcome you all to this webinar on e-Invoice FO portal. We apologize for the delay due to some technical snag. Um, so, without taking further time, let's start with the today's agenda. So, what I plan to do is that intend to give you a brief overview of the recent enhancement which we have done in the e-Invoice ecosystem, and then I will take you through a comprehensive walkthrough of the new e-Invoice FO portal. And then we will address some of the FAQs related to new IRPs. And lastly, we will give you a quick live demo of the functionalities which we have deployed on the e-Invoice portal. So let me give you a background of all this. Recently, as you all know, e-invoicing for B2B supplies um, has been for a taxpayer, of course, aggregate turnover is up to 10 crore, and now government intends to lower the threshold for a taxpayer who is having an annual turnover of to 5 crore. So what we did is that to handle that load and address that the things are smooth, we have made certain technological enhancement on our e-invoice ecosystem. So firstly, what we did, we came up with a new e-invoice master portal called einvoice.gst.gov.in. So this e-invoice master portal is like a repository of all information related to e-invoice. Suppose you want to see the notification, you want to check the HSN code, you want to check the PIN codes, you want to check the country code, you want to check the quantity code, or you want to check whether you are enabled for e-invoicing or not. You want to know about what are the new IRP portals where you can report e-invoicing, all related FAQs, grievances. So everything is there in this master portal. And then what we did, we onboarded 4 new IRPs for reporting of e-invoicing. Currently, there is one IRP portal managed by NIC, which is e-invoice1.gst.gov.in. Other than that, we have onboarded 4 new IRPs. And the link of this portal you can see in this slide, which is e-invoice 3, 4, 5, and 6.gst.gov.in. And so what we did with currently now we have 6 e-invoice portal, and you can report on any one of these e-invoice portal your e-invoice, and that e-invoice is valid and as you do on NIC, and it is free of charge as you do on NIC. So this is the brief overview. So the aim of this presentation is today just wanted to give you an idea about what are the functionalities available on einvoice.gst.gov.in, and the walkthrough of the all other new IRPs and all we plan to take in the subsequent webinar. So, before going forward, I assume that most of you are familiar with the e-invoicing. If you are not, what we will do, we have a lot of old webinars on e-invoicing in India and what are the functionalities, requirements, and all. And I will ask my team to put those links in the chat as we go ahead. So now what we do is that let's go and see what are the functions available on the new e-invoice FO portal. So what we did, we launched this portal on 1st of March 2023. And as I said, this portal is a master portal. It is not the portal where you can report invoice. It's a master portal having all kind of information required to enable a taxpayer for reporting e-invoice on any IRP portal. So, how do you access that portal? So to access that portal, you just need to go to gst.gov.in, and there you will see a e-invoice tab. Once you click on that e-invoice tab, this will take you to the einvoice.gst.gov.in. So this is the look and feel of the portal. And you can see what we did in this portal is that we have arranged some of the key functionalities like a tile. So you can see search IRN, check enablement, enable me for invoice, download JSON, Grievance, IRP portal, and e-commerce. And so these are what we thought these are some of the key important functionalities. So these are arranged on a tile, and there are certain functionalities on the portal which you can access on the pre-login mode, and there are certain functionalities for which you have to log in into the portal. And to log in into this portal, you have to use your GST credentials only, or GST portal credentials. So if you want to get enabled for invoicing, you have to log into the portal. If you want to check your enablement status, you can do both pre-login also and post-login also. But in pre-login, we don't show you the turnover of the turnover of the GSTIN you are searching against. Okay, so this is the look and feel of the dashboard once you have pre-logged in. Once you have pre-logged in, you can see the dashboard. A dashboard icon will come on the portal and followed by search IRN check enable. All other things remain same. And you can see there is a green lock button is there. Once you have logged in, this button will turn green, showing that you are logged into the portal. So now once you are logged into the portal, you can click on the dashboard icon. Once you click on the dashboard icon, you will be taken to a dashboard page and where you can get your enablement status. So what we show in the enablement status is your GSTIN, your trade name or legal name, where your registration type, whether you are enabled for e-invoicing or not, and the slab under which you are enabled for e-invoicing. So now I will give you a walkthrough of all other functionalities. Let's go to all these functionalities one by one. So first thing is that, which is the most common thing that every taxpayer want to know, or every buyer or supplier want to know, whether his supplier is enabled for e-invoicing or not. So for that, it's very simple. You go to this portal, either you click on check enablement status, the third tile, or on the top menu bar, you can click on the search or enable pan. And once you click on the search and enable tab, you can click on check enablement status. Once you click on that, uh, you will get a something screen like this if you are logged in. So this is a sample screen I have taken from our own GSTN's enablement status. It is showing the GSTN's GSTN ID, its trade name, its enablement status, its registration type, and its turnover slab. Same thing if you are not enabled. This is a sample screen. If you are not enabled, we will show you the reason why you are not enabled. And at the same time, if you want to get enabled for e-invoicing, a small tab will be there just down the information bar where you can click enable through self-declaration. So it's a functionality which we have given for taxpayer who have somehow are not enabled for e-invoicing. Through a backend mechanism, they can use this functionality and they can get themselves enabled for e-invoicing. Okay, so just to give you little more background, generally what we do, all those taxpayer who are enabled, who are eligible for e-invoicing, we calculate their annual AATO and get them enabled through backend. But however, there may be certain corner scenarios and you may not be enabled for e-invoicing. Then for all those taxpayer, we have given this functionalities to get themselves self-enabled. It's a very simple functionality. Just you have to sign one declaration that I agree that PAN and all is more than 10 crore, and you, with a click of a button, you are enabled for e-invoicing. Another important feature which we have added is, which is a much useful and feature which was much in demand, was that to search IRN. Suppose you have an e-invoice in your hand and you want to know the validity of that e-invoice. How do you do that? For that, we have given a search IRN functionality. You can click on the portal. This functionality is available both in pre-login mode and post-login mode. Click on the search IRN functionality from both the mechanism, and you get a screen like this where you can either put the 64-digit IRN reference number which is mentioned on e-invoice, or you can put the supplier GSTIN, financial year, document type, and document number. And with a click of a button, you can search whether that IRN is valid or not. So this is a sample screen. If that IRN is valid, generally we show the IRN reference number, its status, its IRP name, status will be registered, cancelled, and date and time of registration. So suppose you have registered with NIC IRP, it will show NIC IRP. If you are registered with Clear IRP, it will show Clear IRP. So any of the 6 IRP portal, if you register, it will show the IRP name. So I will request taxpayers to use these functionalities whenever they have in doubt whether that IRN or e-invoice shared with them is valid or not. So this is one stop and single source of truth for validity of all e-invoice IRN search you want to do. Other than that, what we have done, which I have already explained to you, we have given a functionality for taxpayer to get themselves self-enabled on the portal. And this is what you are showing, the icon in the red. You can click on that icon. You have to do it only once you are logged in into the portal, and with a click, you can get yourself enabled. So in my case, I am already enabled, and this screen will show you are already enabled for e-invoicing. Other than that, what we are also intend to give is the functionality for e-invoice JSON download. This functionality is under work, and we are planning to give this functionality on the portal by the end of the June month. So with this functionality, you will be able to download all the IRN which you have generated as a seller and all the IRN which you have received as a buyer. So this functionality will also be live shortly on our portal. Other than that, if you have any grievances related to e-invoicing, and also we have given a direct link for our GRP portal. You can click on the grievance icon and can go directly to the GRP portal. And this is something which will land you to the GRP portal. Other than that, what we have done, since I have told you in the beginning, we have a 6 new IRP portal other than what NIC is there. So you can, if you want to know what are those IRPs and what are their web links, how you can go to those portal. So we have created a web page for the IRPs. So here in this web page, you can see details of all the 6 IRP portal which are live currently, and you can report your e-invoice on any of these portal. So portal 1, which is e-invoice 1, portal 2 is e-invoice 2, 3 is e-invoice 3, 4, 5, 6. You can log into any of these portal, get yourself registered on this portal, and you can report your e-invoice in among any of these portal. And your experience among all these portal will remain same in terms of there is no charge for reporting e-invoice on any of these portal. Onboarding and everything is free. Invoice reporting is free. Whatever invoice you report on all this portal are get auto populated in your GSTR1 in an hourly basis. So what we have done, we have improved the efficiency of the system, and we have ensured that the time period for auto population of reported invoice in your GSTR1 goes down from T+1 to an hour basis. So these are the details for this portal. Lastly, we have created a section for e-commerce operators also. So suppose you are an e-commerce operator and you want to generate e-invoice on behalf of your seller. So we have given that functionality. So currently e-commerce operator don't need to get enabled for e-invoicing on our portal. They can simply go to any of the IRP portal and they can generate e-invoice on behalf of their seller using their TCS GSTIN. So this is what the message will show once you click on the e-commerce operator portal, that TCS GSTNs are not allowed to issue invoice for the supplies made by them. If the TCS GSTN intend to take registration for e-invoice on behalf of their supplier, they can do so by registering in any notified portal. So this is what we have a section for e-commerce. Other than that, what we have did is we have brought in all the notification related to e-invoicing in one place, starting from notification 68 bar 2019 to 1 bar 2020. And you can go on this link, click and download any of these notifications. These notifications are arranged, can be filtered by year or financial year wise also. Other than that, one of the most things which most of the taxpayer asks is that they want to have a one common source or truth of all the master code. So what we did, we have created this page where you can go and download all HSN code, currency code, port code, state codes, and all these codes are updated on a timely basis, and it can be considered a single source of truth. Currently, I just want to add one thing, that these codes are also hosted on e-invoice1.gst.gov, which is a e-invoice one managed by NIC IRP. But what we do, we work in close collaboration with NIC to ensure that all these masters are in sync. Other than that, we have also given a functionality where you can click and download the current e-invoice schema if anybody want to see that. So this is a screenshot for e-invoice schema. One interesting thing which we have done to help taxpayer is that is a HSN search functionality. This functionality is already hosted on gst.gov.in, and we have provided a link for this. So with the help of this functionality, you can search the HSN code. This is a AI/ML based functionality. It helps the taxpayer who want to understand what is the correct HSN code for any given description of goods and services. So this is one enhancement which we have done, and I will request taxpayer whenever you have doubt about the reporting of correct HSN, you can take the help of this functionality. Other than that, we have also given a link for AATO updation functionality, which is again already available on the GST portal. But however, since AATO and e-invoicing is closely linked, we thought that it's very important for us to give this functionality on the e-invoice portal also. So same here, what you are seeing in my screen is that you can click on this AATO update button and you can go to the AATO update functionality. Other than that, there are certain functionalities which are currently not live on the portal, but you can see it like one is that GSTIN generating IRN and QR code. So what we are doing is that we are currently in the process of launching a QR code verification app. With the help of that app, you will be able to verify any of the e-invoice. So very soon you will be able to click on this QR code button and get that app from the App Store or the Play Store. Same thing, GSTIN generating IRNs. We are also in the process of putting an Excel sheet having all the list of GSTIN generating IRN. These are the functionalities which we want to give the taxpayer to enable them to enable them for reporting of e-invoice and to help them out to navigate this e-invoice ecosystem. So now there are certain FAQs. I will quickly take you through some of the FAQs regarding the portal, which is the common questions. One of the question is, how do you log in and navigate this portal? So the URL for this portal, as I said in the beginning, is einvoice.gst.gov.in. And you can use your same GST portal credentials, both login ID and password, to log in into this portal. You don't need to create any new login ID for this portal. Second thing is that one of the most common question is, my e-invoice is not enabled. How can I enable it voluntarily? So if your e-invoice is not enabled, the first case is that you may not be required to generate e-invoice. However, there may be corner scenarios where you were not enabled from the backend. So what we have done is we have given you a functionality where you can enable yourself for e-invoicing on a voluntary basis. You can just log into einvoice.gst.gov.in, go to enable me functionality, log in, go to enable me button, click on a declaration form, and you are enabled for e-invoicing. However, I would just like to say that currently this e-invoice enablement functionality is also parallelly hosted on NIC IRP portal. So all those taxpayers who are using NIC IRP for reporting e-invoice can get themselves enabled at the NIC end. All those taxpayers who want to get e-invoice reported on the new IRP portal can use this functionality. However, we are currently in sync with with an IC portal. So all those taxpayers who get enabled on an IC portal, we enable them on this portal also, and the vice versa happens. Another thing is that people may say, "Ki, you are not able to see the dashboard tab," which I have shown you initially. You are not able to see the dashboard tab because you are not logged in into the portal. This functionality is available post login only. So to see a dashboard tab, you have to log in into the portal. Another thing with e-commerce, as I have said previously, can TCS taxpayer issue invoice? Yes, TCS taxpayer can issue invoice on behalf of their sellers. However, for that, they need to use their TCS GSTINs only. Okay, they don't need to get enabled for e-invoicing. So if you have a TCS GSTIN and if you search on enablement status, it will show you are not enabled for e-invoicing. So for all those cases where you have a TCS GSTIN, you can directly go to any of the IRP portal and start issuing e-invoice on behalf of your seller. Another thing is that so what we did is in search IRN functionality, there is a CAPTCHA. So CAPTCHA is a feature to ensure that only human access these functionalities and to prevent bots for accessing it. So that's why we have introduced CAPTCHA in the search IRN functionality. Another thing we have seen that people may get some error message while they're searching for IRN on the search IRN functionality. And there can be many of these cases, 64-digit IRN. While you're putting that, be careful that the IRN is correctly put. There are no space or commas in between. And if you are not able to put the 64-digit IRN, if you go down to that functionality, we have also given a functionality to search the IRN on the basis of GSTINs, invoice number, invoice type, and date of reporting. Can I search IRN with supplier GST option? This is just what we have told you. You can search IRN only with the supplier GST option will be disabled. You can search from it supplier GST and IRN also. I'm not able to see my AATO status. So what we have done, if you search enablement status in the pre-login mode to ensure the confidentiality of your information, we don't show the AATO status with enablement status. However, once you are logged in into the portal and you search the enablement status, you will see that AATO range is also displayed. We don't display the exact AATO, we display the AATO range. Another last question is that there is a lock icon. Yes, lock icon is there to show that you are not logging into the portal. Till you log in into the portal, the icon remains red. Once you logged into the invoice portal, the icon will become green and it will open up. So these are some of the FAQs related to the portal. I hope we were able to convey why this portal was brought in and what are the kind of functionalities which we have. So whole idea was that, as I said in the beginning, is that it was to expand our e-invoice capacity so that more and more taxpayers, as they come into the ambit of e-invoicing, do have a seamless experience of e-invoicing reporting across the invoice ecosystem. So that's why we brought in this portal. Other than that, as I said in the beginning, we have also increased our e-invoice reporting capacity. So we have brought in 4 new IRP, and we have also added total 5 new IRP portals. So you can see the web links of each of the IRP portal. And these are currently we have a 6 IRP portal. And these portals were brought live as per the mandate of the GST Council. And as a taxpayer who is eligible for e-invoicing, you can report your e-invoice on any of these portals. And there is no, let me again say this, there is no fee for reporting e-invoice. It's free and it will remain free. What are the prerequisites for obtaining API access from new IRP? So as you are aware, similar to NIC IRP, API access is also granted by new IRPs to all those entities whose aggregate turnover exceeds 100 or exceeds 100 crore in any of the preceding financial years. Are e-invoice issued through new IRPs considered valid? Yes, e-invoice reported through new IRPs are indeed valid, and they have been brought into life as per the mandate given by the GST Council. So feel free to use any of these e-invoice portal to report e-invoicing. So idea is that suppose e-invoice 1 is down or e-invoice 3 is down, you can go to e-invoice 4 or 5 to report that your e-invoice. How can I check the validity of IRN reference number? As I have given you a brief walkthrough, you can always go to einvoice.gst.gov.in and you can use the search IRN functionality to check the validity of IRN. And this functionality is one of the source of truth for any validity of IRN. Is there any offline version or mobile app provided by new IRP? Yes, it's same as NIC IRP. They have also have online and offline platform, including mobile app for reporting of invoicing. Is it permissible to register invoice to more than one IRP? Taxpayer have a flexibility. You can report in your invoice on any of the IRP. But what we suggest that once you have reported your invoice on any one of the IRP, don't report it again on another IRP. If you do that, we have a deduplication system built in, and your second reporting will be considered as a failed, and you will get a failed message. So yes, you have a choice to report your e-invoice on any of the IRP, but at the same time, you cannot report the same e-invoice to multiple IRPs. What steps should I follow to get on board to new IRPs? We have already given a link for the web link for all these new IRPs. You can simply use the web link and go to this new IRP portal. They will validate your mobile number and email ID, which you have registered with the GST system. And with that, you are onboarded for e-invoicing reporting. Will e-invoice reported on new IRP be automatically populated in GSTR1? Yes, the e-invoice reported on any of the portal, including new IRP, will be auto-populated on GSTR1. With new IRP, we are doing the auto-population on hourly basis. However, with NIC, it continues to remain T+1 days. So this is the quick, it was a quick walkthrough of the portal, and it was a quick walkthrough for the FAQs. Now what I will do, I will take you through a portal and give you a live demo, okay, of how does this portal work. So this is our gst.gov.in portal, and you can go to this portal, click on e-invoice portal. So this is our e-invoice FO portal. I again wanted to make it very clear to all the listeners who are here. This e-invoice portal, e-invoice.gst.gov.in, is a master portal for all e-invoice related information. Here you cannot report e-invoice. You can only report e-invoice on IRP portal only, which are 6 IRP notified portals. So what I do, I went to this portal. You can see we have given all these functionalities as I have shown you in my presentation. Now what you do, we will log in into the portal, and I will show you how does it look and feel. So now what I am doing, I am logging into this portal using the GSTN's login credentials. So GSTN is also registered as an entity. So this is what I will log into the portal. The portal will ask for a CAPTCHA 476261, and I am in. I am into the portal. Now you see before login, there was no dashboard. Once I log in the portal, I have a dashboard option enabled. And once I click on the dashboard option, it will automatically show me my enablement status. So this is my enablement status where they are showing the GSTIN, my trade and legal name, my enablement status, my registration type, and my turnover slab. As I told you again, we don't show the exact turnover. We only show the turnover range. So this is important. Had I not been enabled for invoicing, this would have come in red, and there would have been a button where you can click and get yourself enabled for self-enabled for e-invoicing. E-Invoice download functionality is coming shortly. We are working on it. And once that functionality will be live on the portal, we will come back to you again to explain how can you use that functionality. So this is one part of it. And let's go and try, see if I can able to use search IRN functionality on the portal. So this is search IRN functionality on the portal. And once I put the IRN, this is the IRN which GSTN has reported. And once I put that IRN, and it tell me the status whether it's registered or cancelled. So it is registered. It tells me the IRP name with whom it is registered, and it also tells us the date and time of registration. So this is one again very prominent and useful feature which we are given. So suppose what I was telling you, all case, suppose we don't have a IRN number, then you can use this fields, four fields, supplier, GST, and financial year, document type, which is invoice, credit note, debit note, and document number, and you can through these functionality also you can search the IRN. Okay, another important feature which I just so these are the another same thing. If I am enabled for invoicing, I click, I will get a message that you are already enabled for invoicing. Had you not been enabled for invoicing, it will give you a different message. Okay, another is which is the e-com operator. This is again how it works. IRP portal is important. You can see, I will just show you example. So NIC has added an IC2. We have added 4 new IRPs, which is Signet IRP, Clear Tax IRP, ENY IRP, and IRIS IRP. So you can click on any of these. It will show you a message. You will be redirected to the external portal, and you can go to that portal and you can go and report your invoice. So this is how this portal, and register, click on register yourself. So like this, if you go to any of these portal, you can go and report e-invoice, including NIC2, which is a second portal started by NIC. Similarly, you can click on clear tax and you can go to any of these IRP portal, and same goes with IRIS IRP. So again, I will tell you these are legitimate portal. These are done as per the approval given by GST Council. IRN e-invoice reporting is free on this portal. Whatever e-invoice you report in this portal is valid. It gets auto-populated on your GSTR1. You can search the validity of all those e-invoices by clicking on search IRN functionality. In addition to that, what we are showing you, okay, how we have brought in all the we have brought in all the master codes. So this is how your all notification is there. You can select financial year wise and you will get all the notifications. Master codes, all HSN codes are there. Chapter wise it is there. Search, you can download those master codes, currency code, tax rates. So everything is there. And we constantly update this. We also keep this in sync with the NIC IRPs and all other IRPs also. So this is the look and feel of the portal, and we want taxpayer to use this portal as a master portal for information on e-invoicing. And we will continue to add more feature on this portal, such as e-invoice JSON download to help the taxpayer to further smooth their e-invoicing experience. And as we have augmented the capacity, we are sure that whenever you feel that one portal is down or the portal is not responding, you can always go to the other portal and get your e-invoice reported on those portal. And to ensure that you have the up-to-date information about your e-invoice reported, we have brought in search IRN functionalities, and we have also brought in the check enablement functionalities and all. We are also in the process of launching a QR code verification app to verify your e-invoicing. We look forward to your valuable suggestions to further enhance your e-invoice reporting experience. If there are any major issues, functionalities, or enhancement which you feel like we should bring into the portal, please feel free to reach out to us on our Twitter page or in the chat box. You can put it. GST and e-invoice team is committed to give you a seamless e-invoicing experience. We constantly updates our FAQs and everything. If you go on the update section of our portal, you can see we have put in the FAQ for new IRPs, which I have just shown you on in my presentation also. So please feel free to use this portal, explore this, give your valuable suggestions so that we can further enhance this functionality and can serve you all better. I hope I was able to convey the my points and was able to take you through this presentation. So I once again thank you all for joining this webinar, and we look forward to our available suggestions. Thank you all.